I am so happy to see you all here again, and a big hello to you all. As you all know by now, if not, you're new. My name is Hayat. I am an RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapist. I'm also an accredited intuitive energy healer. And today, my beautiful and amazing and really beautiful, warm-hearted friend and intonation colleague as well and console, Julie. Yes, I met Julie on Intonations, and she's another one of my amazing virtual family on Intonation that we connect constantly. And Julie is a career karma coach, and today she has an amazing, and I really mean a tool that when we did the events, when we did the exercise, it was like, wow, and especially the more you get to use the exercises, it's really tune you into who you are and really connect you with yourself. So, but I'm sure Julie would explain further and much better than me. So Julie, welcome. Would you tell me a bit more about where you come from and what got you into this journey altogether?
Hi, Hayat. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. So I'm Julie. As you know, no surprise if you listen to me for more than 10 seconds. I'm French, and I've been living in Ireland for over 15 years. I used to work with horses, love the horses, and then that brought me to Ireland. I had actually studied law before, so then worked with horses, and then I fell. Because of an autoimmune disease that I had, I was looking for ways to heal myself, and that actually shifted my career towards healing and well-being, wellness, therapies, and how to improve ourselves, our health, and our life in general. And from there, I went on to personal development, moving on to fulfillment, how to find fulfillment in life, and more specifically in how we make a living. So this is my journey in a nutshell.
Thank you so much, Julie. I will be sharing Julie's details and website also, and for you to connect with her. And so what do you have for us today, Julie?
Well, today I'm having very simple exercises that are to shift the way that our brain operates. Because a lot of the time when we let ourselves being sucked in negativity, negative emotions, our brain starts to function in a very specific way. Certain parts activate that we don't realize necessarily straight away. It's quite unconscious, but it is actually sabotaging us because we get into patterns of behaviors that are neither good for our performance and not good for ourselves, and certainly not good for our relationships.
Absolutely.
So there are very simple exercises that we can do in the moment, like multiple times throughout the day, without them being too disruptive of what we're doing, that actually help to reset the brain, right here and then, so it doesn't get sucked into these patterns. It's really avoiding the brain to get carried away into survival mode, which leads to sabotaging mode. It leads to function from a judge perspective, function with a cohort of accomplice sabotaging behaviors that are different depending on our personality. You could become, when you're functioning like this with the brain in that state, you could become a control freak. You could become paralyzed by perfectionism. You could become such a pleaser that you become a doormat. You can become restless, hyperachiever. It depends. It's a mix of
things. The list carries on, right? And the list carries on and carries on and carries on. Yeah. When you fall into that kind of hamster wheel almost circle, it's never ending, is it? And you really need to know and spot it and get yourself out of it immediately. And which exercise will you be sharing with us today?
So
I know you have many. You have so many, and you're amazing, because every time we do an Intonation event, people immediately connect with you and want to work with you after that. So I know how amazing your techniques are. So which exercise are you going to show us today?
So I'm going to show you exercise, and for this one, I can't take the credit. It's exercises from this book, Positive Intelligence. Shirzad Shamil, amazing person who gathered, researched all of this and synthesized like very simple exercises to shift the operating system of our brain. So I'm going to guide you through, the best way is to experience it, right? So let's try a very simple one about touch. So if you're just, if we are all doing it together, just rubbing two fingers together, but with such attention, such focus that we can feel all of the sensations of touch, the texture of the skin, its temperature. Maybe you can feel even the fingertip ridges on both fingers. And to just do that for 10 seconds.
Wow. That really helps you to quieten the mind and focus on something. I mean, my attention was even going inside my brain and my nerves and the way they were actually vibrating and kind of like really, really wow. It's so simple, but yet, yeah.
It's very simple. It gets you out of your head into your body for an intense 10 seconds. So the brain stops its cycle. It stops being sucked into the negativity and gives it a little break. And as we repeat these tiny exercises, 10 seconds at a time, ideally we should be doing it 100 times a day. Every time the brain stops, resets, and so we're giving it a chance to create different neural pathways that are gonna create different habits, different behavior. And the different behaviors are gonna be triggering different aspects of the brain, different parts of the brain are lighting up. And they're the parts of the brain that have us in what Shirzad, the author of the book, calls the sage mode. So when you're in sage, we're functioning from a place that is open to empathy, creativity, innovation, exploration. And from that place, when our brain is constantly like more and more into this state, of course, we're also becoming more open to receive the messages from, guess what, from soul, from our inner voice.
From the higher self, from the divine, from the bigger. Yes. Thank you so much, Julie. So it's really interesting and amazing how the science of the brain and these simple techniques can really empower us if we're feeling a bit low or if we're feeling down on that moment. Just rubbing your fingers for 10 seconds at a time. And we can do that just throughout the day. So it's like something that you can build as a habit. And we know all about habits. It's like you start, before 10 days, you kind of like start to like it. 21 days, it becomes a habit and you should start doing it automatically. So I would really, really encourage people to do this. Do you want to do it again? Should we demonstrate it again for those who may be tuned in halfway through the video?
Actually, we can even do a different one. Because there is one with touch.
Let's not confuse them too much. No, let's think. But if it's similar to that one, let's carry on with it.
There is because we can do these exercises are designed to focus ourselves in our body, our 5 senses, instead of our head and our thoughts. So we can do touch. We can also do visuals. So just for 10 seconds, focus, intensely look at what's in front of you. So if you're looking at the screen for 10 seconds, let's really, really look with exquisite attention, the screen and what you see on the screen, I'm looking at you, Hayat, now, and paying attention to the shapes and the colors, paying attention to even the texture of the screen.
It's really a way of another form of meditation because, in the holistic way, you have where you just stare at a blank wall or whatever it is. So it's really, really amazing. So I'm really, really grateful that you came and shared this with us. And so do you want to share anything before we kind of like say bye? Because I like to keep my videos really short,
Yes. Okay.
because,
Yeah.
to keep people engaged, and maybe they have other things to do. Also,
Yeah.
please remember to subscribe, because you will be getting more and more amazing nuggets and really, really simple techniques that will empower you instantly.
Yes. So just maybe like as a conclusion, just to say that it's a lifelong journey, to kind of to get to have the disciplines to command our mind. So like to do these exercises, as often as we can, so that we taking responsibility for staying in sage mode and not staying in saboteur mode. And there are there are programs that are available to give us, maybe a bit of momentum, intense, 6 weeks to practice, and then put us on the, really creating this habit mode that you were talking about. So that there is
your link.
Yeah.
I'll be sharing your link so people can connect with you for these courses that you offer as well.
Exactly. But it's not a one time. It's not like you do it for 1 day or 1 week or 6 weeks and then forget about it. No, like, it's like getting into a new habit. So that for the rest of our life, we are empowered, and we keep practicing, basically. So it's a daily practice. Yes.
Thank you so much, Julie. And
thank you so much,
it's amazing to have you with me today.
Well, thank you. Like, it's amazing to have, to have you like opening the door for us to share, and help other people with what we already know, So thank you so much, my dear.
Thank you.